Hello and welcome back to the second part of 5 criminally underrated watches. The watch number 4 that is on my list is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Polaris Date. If you think of Jaeger-LeCoultre, you might think of an elegant watch. The first watch that will probably come up in your mind might be the Reverso, or if you are a little deeper into Jaeger, it might be the Master Ultra Thin lineup. But Jaeger discovered their sporty side with the Polaris. And the Polaris that you can see right here is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated and one of the most stunning watches that Jaeger has to offer. It is a watch that features highly legible functions. The Polaris Date boasts a sporty style. The style is just magnificent in my opinion. The color that you can see right here is ocean gray. There are also other color variants, like for example a very nice dark blue, and actually the color is a result of 35 successive coats of lacquer. So the lacquer gets applied over and over again, and that eventually leads to this color. And you can see that on the inside there is a sunray finish, and further out there is this very nice grainy texture. Also, what I really like are these orange details that you can spot right here. They are also on the second hand, and they give it a little bit of a distinct look, or of a distinctive look. I mean, it is a design that can be quite polarizing, with the two crowns that help you to operate the inner circle right here. At the end of the day, it is actually a diverse watch. But I also think, even though it might be a divisive design, that this one is really, it's pretty versatile, to be honest. It looks kinda elegant, but at the same time, especially on this rubber strap, that it's very nicely integrated, that it is that it's quite versatile. Also, what I really like is that this watch is actually wearing very nicely. It is 42 millimeters in size. However, the lugs are pretty damn short, so even for smaller wrists it's quite possible to pull this one off. Also, I just visited Jaeger-LeCoultre today, and I actually got told that there might or will be a 40 millimeter variant, and that could be a very interesting watch for anyone that thinks that 42 millimeters is just a tiny bit too big for them. The movement that you can find in this watch is the caliber, the in-house caliber, of course. I mean, Jaeger-LeCoultre are the watchmakers of watchmakers, and it's the in-house caliber 899, as you can see right here. It offers 70 hours of power reserve, and that means it is, of course, weekend proof, as I like to say. This is a very unique Garda watch, go anywhere, do anything watch, and it actually just wears brilliantly. Also, I gotta give a huge shout out to Jaeger-LeCoultre in general, because their sales staff is just amazing. I visited them in Munich 1 year ago for the first time, And as you might know, sometimes you are like, okay, it's a little bit you don't always feel ready to go inside a boutique, but in this Jaeger-LeCoultre boutique in Munich, you really feel welcome, and they take a lot of time for their customers, even though their customers might be young or even though they don't know the customer, it's a new customer. They take a lot of time. They show you every watch you wanna see, and they are just very friendly. And also, I gotta point out that they know their stuff. And now you might say, well, that should be the basic thing, that the sales staff know all the details about the watches. But I really gotta say, compared to other brands, I have the feeling that the Jaeger-LeCoultre staff is more or is briefed better than staff from other brands. And also, when I visited them for the first time, and also now today for the second time, I was pleasantly surprised by this watch. At first, I took a look at the typical watches you expect from Jaeger. That was, of course, the Reverso, but the Polaris is always on my list, and if this comes in 40 millimeters, yeah, I might consider buying it, to be honest, because it's just amazing. And we will have to wait for the Watches and Wonders in April, I guess, but I can't wait for the watch to be released, to be honest. Now, on to the last one on my list. That is the Rolex 1908 in 30 millimeters, and I chose the platinum variant. That is, of course, the most luxurious and the most striking variant that you can buy with the typical ice blue dial that is limited to the platinum Rolexes. Rolex is not commonly associated with dress watches, but rather with sport watches, like, for example, the Submariner, obviously, and the GMT Master, and so on. Yet, they produced some elegant watches, for example, the Rolex Cellini, that was not a very successful model, and that was the predecessor of this Rolex 1908. The Rolex 1908 features this dial and this style that can really compete with the likes of Vacheron Constantin or even Patek Philippe with their Calatrava, in my opinion. The specs are also very convincing. As you can see, there is this very nice movement that you can actually see through the open case back. It's the caliber 7140, and it actually led to 5 patent applications that have been filed for the movement, yet again undermining Rolex craftsmanship and technological innovation. The caliber 7140 is also fitted with a silicon hairspring, and it also comes in with 66 hours of power reserved. The case is very, very slim. That means it slides under the cuff, and of course the star of the show actually is this very nice ice blue dial. And this ice blue dial is, as I said, restricted to the platinum models. It features a small seconds display at 6 o'clock. I especially love the Arabic applied numerals. That's always one of the features I like in watches, as you can probably tell from the fact that I own an Explorer. and the dial isn't just stunning due to the color, but also due to this grainy texture, and this Rolex actually called this the rice grain finishing. Also, if you turn the watch around, you can see, as I said, the brilliant movement, and it's not only looking nicely, but as you know it from Rolex, it's a very sturdy movement. I think the fact that Rolex is associated with sport watches makes the 1908 a choice for people who want to have a distinctive timepiece that isn't spotted at every second. And I think, especially with Rolex, you want to, you might want to have a Rolex that isn't the most standard or the standard model. So I think if you want that, or if you are that type of person, then the 1908 might be the watch for you. So, concluding this video, tell me what watches I missed, or which watches are criminally underrated in your opinion in the comments down below. Please, as always, like, subscribe, and have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.